Officially welcome to ISL. We work very hard in ISL, but at the same time, everything that we do, we have a lot of fun doing it. So I hope that this week or 2 weeks will be wonderful for you. Once I was working with some volunteers in a community in Costa Rica, and this lady from the community said to me, "Where are you from?" I said, "Oh, all these wonderful people here are coming from the United States." And she said, "But that's very far away." I said, "Yes, it is." And she said, "Wow, I thought that we were the forgotten ones. But now that I think about it, you're coming from such a far place and you are coming all the way just to serve us. Then I guess, after all, we are not the forgotten ones. So it's so good to know that somebody cares for us. So I do thank you for coming to this country and even serving people who you don't know. So I know there is a lot of sacrifice, financially, time-wise, to serve somebody you don't know. But it means that you have a tremendous heart for service. And I'm so glad. And I, like this lady who didn't feel like the forgotten one, I tell you that thank you in her behalf and in behalf of everybody that you will be serving. So thank you, thank you. Okay, so we have to take a little bit of time to go over practical stuff. So anybody, even me, when I go to the United States, the first days I feel a little queasy because, you know, food is different, the water is different, and even though it may be very clean and even cleaner, our stomach, our intestinal flora is different. So let's go over some practical stuff. We gave you a bottle of water with your name, and so we have to take care of Mother Earth. So we recycle. So you will be refilling that bottle, and then in a few days we'll give you a new one, a fresh one. So please, there is no enough time for us to change our intestinal flora. So let's just focus in getting bottled water. It will be there for you at all times. So don't worry about that. It is hot. It's very hot and humid. So please, please drink a lot of water. And the vegetables and fruits, I'm a vegetarian myself. So the vegetables and fruits are okay when they're coming from our providers because we have give them our standards. So when we're going to the communities, when we are in the clinics, in the communities that we serve, if people are so thankful for all the help that you're giving them, they tend to bring you some fruits and they want to invite you with things. So please just take it, but don't eat it, and then give it to me and I'll eat it, and or we'll give it to other people, but refrain from eating raw vegetables and fruits. The same goes with the going out for dinners. Just make sure that you don't get raw salads or anything that hasn't been cooked. So another kind of practical stuff is, unfortunately in our countries, we have to put that dirty toilet paper in a trash can. So we tend to forget because you are so used to just flush it. Not in our countries. So if you tend to forget, just put the trash can in front of you and put it there. Otherwise, it gets flooded and you will have to clean it. So please, let's try to not forget to put that toilet paper in the trash. And unfortunately, even in some restaurants that we go to, they won't have toilet paper. So a good idea is to bring your own toilet paper. There are different ways of getting hot water. So we'll go over details to get hot water. There is crime in the United States and there is crime in our countries too, so that's just being human, right? So let's try not to be a stepping stone for anybody. So let's keep our valuables with us at all times, or just if your hotel has a safety box, just put it there. Go out only with your passport copy and put everything under your lock, or just give it to your team leader and we'll keep it in a safe place. It's very important to remember that there is safety in numbers. So anyway, we want to get to know each other and do things together, and we'll have a blast together. So just make sure that you don't go out just by yourselves. If you want to go out, it has to be with a group. Always tell your team leader where you are at all times. So we just keep safe. So anyway, it's better to be always with somebody. It is very important that to just remember, you guys are adults, you are very responsible. I'm so happy you're here. But I just want to remind you that when we are working, we don't have, you cannot consume any alcohol or smoke. Especially you guys that are going to be future doctors. If you are smoking in the clinics and everything, and we are telling our patients that smoking does bad things and everything, so just refrain to do those things while we're working. So, and just be responsible with that. I have been with ISL for many, many years, and I have seen the evolution of groups and the interaction that people have among themselves during the trips. And it has been fascinating to witness how the cellular phones have changed a lot our lives for good, but sometimes it makes a dent in our relationships. So it is just a suggestion for you guys. What about if we say that during the clinics and while we are having our meals together, nobody uses the cell phone. And so after that, you could use it, get in contact with your family, and they will love that, and you could tell all what you did during the day. But while we are together, let's use that time to share what it has happened during the day, to share that case of that person, or what that person told you, or how you're feeling and how you are taking all this experience for your own life. So it is just a suggestion. Let's go also for practical stuff regarding the money. Don't be afraid of using the money. The exchange rate for each country is different. So anyway, the team leader, the translators, all the ISL staff is there just to help you. So a good idea is not to change too much money at once, because perhaps you will end up with a lot of money. And so when you exchange it back, you lose money, because the exchange rate will be much more expensive to buy dollars back. So I always say don't even worry, because most of the places we go to will get dollars, and just use your small bills, $20 bills. Anyway, they will give you the local currency back, so you will always have local currency. So if somebody really is like a shopper, really, we could go to the bank and change. But otherwise, I think that there is no need to go to a bank and change. You will always have a little bit of currency. Guess what? In Latin America and other countries that we serve, we are just too expressive, and we hug and we are touching all the time. I know that sometimes that's not the American way, but like they say, when Rome do what Romans do, it's just for you to be prepared. And it's very funny, because for us to touch, to hug, is a way of accepting each other. And so and it's so good. I hope that you enjoy it. But if you really, 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 really didn't want that, just anticipate and try to give, show your hand, and they will understand that you want just shake. But sometimes, anyway, they will shake your hand, they will pull you and hug you anyway. So I'm just telling you this just in case you get into that situation. But it's great. Just enjoy it. Anyway, it gives you a good feeling inside. So just enjoy it. Some people are shoppers, really. So I just need you to put the departure tax money right now in a socks or in a place that you won't touch it, because then if you don't have that money, you will be stuck with me and you'll stay with me for the rest of your life. So you cannot get out of this country. So just remember that you need the airport tax money, and just keep it for the day that you depart. We have the blessing to be staying in this beautiful place. I sail with all the years that we have been in this country, have make beautiful connections with providers. We don't even call them providers anymore. We call them family. We really become family with our providers, and we know the stories behind the purchase of the hotel, and so we know how hard it has been for them to keep this hotel, this lodging place. So we beg you to take care of all the belongings of the hotel. The people who work here, maids, earn very little money, really little money. So we are very happy that you are here with your money. We are helping these people working in this hotel as well. And by taking care of the staff of the hotel, we also are helping them. So I'm pretty sure that we'll do the same in the places that they very kindly allow us to use when we set up the clinic. So let's take care of the belongings. Time-wise, sometimes every time I should say, every time it's better to wait for the patients than the patients to wait for us. So if your team leader says we need to meet at that time, please be ready, and we go to the community or we go to the organization. And if we need to wait, that's part of the culture of this particular country. But for us, we have to keep the time. So just make sure. One very important thing is that we need at least one person with a watch for each triage. So let's try to make sure that at least one person per triage has a watch to take the time. Right now the weather is beautiful, and it is going to be hot. Those places that we set up the clinics don't count with AC. So welcome to developing countries. We don't have AC, but that's another way that you learn from this experience that these people cannot count with some facilities that you take for granted sometimes. Today is a very casual day, but from tomorrow on, you'll need your scrubs all the time. And my advice to you is to wear a t-shirt underneath your scrub, so it will be easier because we'll be sweating a lot. Then food. Oh, we really, really, really encourage you to try the food. It could happen to you what happened to me when I went first to the United States. I had the blessing to go to Michigan, and somebody gave me these little fruits, purple fruits. In Costa Rica, purple fruits, you run away because you know that they are really poisonous. So I said, are you my friend or my enemy? Do you want to poison me? And he said, no, please try it. They are called blueberries. And he said, are you sure? I was very hesitant because those were little fruits that were purple, you know. So I tried and continue eating it, and I ate a full basket of blueberries, and I said, where have you been all my life? I was in love with blueberries, and even now it's my favorite fruit ever. So I encourage you to try the different food, and you could say like me, where have you been of my life, and you don't want to leave this country because you will miss that food, or you say, okay, I try and no thank you anymore. So I encourage you to try. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hi, in this room there are like 18 people from all over the place, from any background. Everybody's different, and that's the beauty of humanity. We are so different. We are shaped in different ways. We are right now what our experiences in the past have shaped us in. So this experience is personal. Even though we do everything together, the experience is personal. So we need to experience everything according to who we are. And so if anybody has a problem, anybody is going through something, please feel free to come to talk to the team leader, to talk to one of the translators, and don't put your experience, don't push your own experience into others who are just living their own experience. So perhaps how you are living it is completely different from what they are living it. So come and talk to us, and if there is a problem, we could try to help you with the problem. If we have to work out things, emotions, things like that, that's what we are here. We are just here to facilitate your experience, but that experience is yours. Where you are living it with a group of people, but the whole experience is just yours. So I hope that this becomes one of the best experiences in your life. Here you have I would love for you to write down in your name tag the phone numbers of the staff who is going to be with you at all times. And so let's take some time to write down those numbers. Okay, very practical stuff. Medical issues. Let's just imagine that this is going to be the hall that we are going to set up the clinic. We go to a vulnerable community and we talk to people, and perhaps they will allow us to use the community hall. Perhaps they will allow us to use and set up the clinic in the school, primary school or high school, if there is any. Or perhaps we have to look for the biggest house in the community to set up the temporary clinic. So just imagine that the circumstances are going to be a little tough. There won't be AC. It will be very hot for sure. I guarantee you that. And in this group, we have 9 people, and we'll set up 2 teams of 4 people, and that's what we call triage. So 4 people in one group, 4 people in one group, and 1 person will be rotating through pharmacy. So what are we going to do in those triages? First of all, what is triage? Triage comes from battle times, war times. So it is the fact of putting a flag in the battlefield, of a different color to tell the medic the emergency, how severe is the case. So the medic could see, oh, I'll go to the red one, or I'll wait for that one. So that's what we're going to do, sort of. So we'll have 4 people. We'll have a translator. And then the patient comes and it starts, all the assessment starts when that person is coming towards you. So you are seeing how they walk, their faces. If they're coming like this, it's because they are in pain, and you start your assessment when the person is coming into your triage. Then, so we will have 4 people in the triage. One will be the interviewer. That person will interview the patient, will try to speak the language. It makes their day if you try. Please try, because they feel, the patient feel that you're doing your best to try to communicate with them. So do your best, and always the patient chart has both languages, so you could try. And they will be laughing at you, but hey, that's part of the treatment because you're making them laugh. So just jump into the water. So try your best. And then that person is the interviewer. The second person is the scribe, because it's very difficult to be writing down all the information that you are gathering. So the second person will be the scribe. The third person is the person who is in charge of taking the vital signs, and we'll go over how to do that. And then the fourth person is the person who will be in charge of the physical exam. And then the person in charge of the pharmacy will get the patient after being seen by the doctor, and will prepare the meds for that patient. So in the afternoon, we'll have a run, so it will be more familiar for you. It's very important to keep privacy. Try to keep your low voice. Sometimes those spaces that we are able to use to set up the clinic are very small, so we have to keep low voice, and always in circle. Why? Because in a circle, everybody's the same. Most people here from these vulnerable communities are already feeling aside from society. So if we come here and set up a desk, and we are behind the desk, and that person is there, already is feeling out there. They have that feeling their entire life. So let's not do that. We are in a circle, everybody is the same. We are just sharing our knowledge, no judgment involved, just sharing our knowledge and giving our best. So that's why our triages are in a circle. And then I want to talk to you a little bit about the house visits. One of the most beautiful things I believe that we do in ISL is that when we get to a vulnerable community, the first day what we do is just walk around the community. And it has its purpose. When we're walking around, people will notice that we are there, and they know that we are there to serve them. And then another goal to go around is for you to see really with your own eyes the conditions that these people live in. So you could correlate as future physicians, for example, or nurses, PAs, how you have to correlate lifestyle with pathology. So if you see that they live with dirt floors and all together, and they sleep there, and the animals are there, you may expect to find a lot of infected contagious diseases while you're doing your clinics. So it is very important that you always correlate lifestyle with pathology, because then it will give you another tool to advise that patient about change in lifestyle that are possible for them. So please, while you're walking through the community, please make sure that you are correlating possibilities of disease and the lifestyle. And then one of the most beautiful reasons that we do what we do is the children. So just enjoy them a lot. You cannot start your assessment with children right away. You have to play with them. Hey, how sacrifice is that? What sacrifice is that? You just play with them. You try to gain their trust, and then you start doing your assessment. So take your time with children and enjoy them. They love you, and it's easier for them to show their appreciation as well. We have also another day that we, or half a day that we call Share with the Community. Share with the community, we could go to nursing homes and just be there for elders who most probably don't have family, who were abandoned there because their families cannot take care of them. Just cutting their nails, or for the women, they love to, if the volunteers do their nails. For the guys, we play cards or domino or something, because very rarely people come and just be with them. The power of being just next to a person, it is amazing. And if you just take time to, it doesn't matter if you have a barrier in the language, just being there and smiling at them, playing cards, doing their nails, their hair, is enough. And that's what we call Share with the Community. Another possibility is just to play with children. They love to play with the gringos, and so just have fun with them. Just go on the ground, play with them, and enjoy them in a different way. This came about because in most of our countries that we serve, mothers say to the children, if you don't behave, I'll take you to the doctor to give you a shot. And all the children just see the scraps and they start screaming because they think that you'll give them a shot. So if we play with them in scraps, and that day will be with your scraps, if we interact with them in another way, we hopefully are changing that mentality that if I see a person with scraps, I have to run away. No, I could be with that person also and have fun. So I hope that you enjoy your Share with the Community Day. We will have other activities after your clinic days. We will have other activities, and it will be tremendous if you be able to go into medical school and you already have knowledge how to inject, and if you know how to suture. That gives you power, and you could brag about it. So we'll give you a class of basic suture, stitches, and injection, and we'll discuss cases that we see. But not only academic stuff, we could also share with you our culture. And we have so much to share with you. So we will give you a salsa dance, for example, or we will teach you how to prepare one of our typical dishes. And so there will be extra activities after the clinic time. So I hope that you enjoyed them. And then I know you worked so hard and you came here with this beautiful heart to help, but you deserve to also know and enjoy another aspect of our country. So we'll give you a recreation day. You will have fun, you will get to know the country in another way, and you so deserve it. So I hope you enjoy it.